Hey, okay, so I put out a video called On Football, and I got a lot of good comments on there, which I really appreciate. And I've even made some new friends out of that, so thanks, Tone and others, for reaching out to me and allowing me to feel more connected to the UK scene. I did get a few comments regarding my opinion of MLS over here in America, because I said it basically sucked, and there was one person in particular who said, now hopefully this person can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe he said that I'm not giving the MLS its fair due because it's just getting its start. It doesn't have the history that the Premier League does, and therefore I shouldn't really compare the two. That doesn't really say that the MLS is good, which would be required if he were refuting what I was saying. The MLS still isn't good. And to be honest, I'm in America, I know this. For some reason, actually, you know what? I have a book that my mom got me because she knows I love football for the World Cup just this last year. And it's in a series of essays by people per country. And the USA essay is written by a guy who basically tells the truth about soccer in America. And he says, look, it's a great way for the kids to get exercise and have friends, but as soon as they get into high school, they get robbed away to baseball or football or basketball or any other number of sports. And by the time they graduate from high school, nobody cares about soccer anymore. That almost happened to me because I wasn't allowed to play for the first team, whatever you want to call it, for my school. So I could have lost interest very quickly. Matter of fact, I was struck with mono my senior year of high school, so I couldn't even play my last eligible year of high school soccer, which was really horrible. I hated it. It was one of the worst events of my life was getting mono, because not just because I couldn't play soccer, but because of a whole other number of things. Anyway, the point is, MLS still isn't good, and one of the reasons why it's not good, and one of the reasons why history really isn't going to matter in the argument, is that the MLS is in a country that historically doesn't like anything to do with British culture or British sportage. The country was founded on revolting against British rule. The War of 1812, the demise of the Anglican Church in America, the changing of its name to Episcopalian, all of those are hints in history that our country, America, even though it enjoys excellent repertoire, if you will, with the Brits now, undergirding the social consciousness of America as a nation is we don't like what's British. And that's sad because, as I said before in one of my music quiz videos, I love the Brits because I am British and I am Scot-Irish, and that's where I come from mainly. Anyway, the point is, sorry for that ramble, the point is, I'm still going to hold to that opinion that the MLS is crap. I don't care if historically they haven't had enough time to get on their feet. I don't think they're ever going to unless we become basically the equivalent of a European nation. It's not going to happen. Want to know why? Here's another reason why. America is driven on capitalism. Soccer makes hardly any money at all in America. I mean, the MLS has been in existence, correct me if I'm wrong, it's been in existence, even in its primary stages, since 1994 when the World Cup came here, which I got to see, by the way. There was a game in Stanford, Palo Alto, California, and I got to see Romania and Sweden battle it out 3-2 after a shootout. It was 2-2, and then they went to shootout. Really good game. Anyway, the point is, the sport doesn't make any money in America. And if it doesn't make any money in a country that's driven by how much money can be made from a certain thing, then obviously it's not going to take off like it should. If you really want to see soccer played in America for a wild profit, start broadcasting Major League Soccer in a European country. They don't do that now. There's not a whole lot of respect for the league, which I don't blame other countries for not giving. But those are the basic reasons why I don't really feel like the MLS is even going to have enough time to get on its feet at this point. And let's be honest, let's be honest here, okay? America has tried this before. They had 2 leagues in existence before this. One was an outdoor league, one was an indoor league. The outdoor league had Pele come over before he retired, and it still failed as a league. And, I just don't see it. I mean, MLS's biggest star to date from outside the country was Carlos Valderrama in the late 90s. I mean, come on. That's ridiculous. Don't you think so? I mean, jeez, get with it. If the MLS is going to do well, my feeling right now is that they're going to have to team up with other leagues, which is what they're trying to do by getting the MLS All-Stars to play against teams like Chelsea. Because without that star power, without that notoriety, without that teamwork with other leagues, you're not going to get anything. I mean, let's face it. Right now, the UEFA Cup is going on. So, Tots are playing this team from Serbia, I think, on Thursday. Is America involved in any cup like that? No. They're not involved in a North America Cup. They're not involved in across the pond cup. They need to have stuff like that. I believe me, people aren't going to get stronger if they just keep playing against themselves. No team gets better. I know this because I played for years. No team gets better merely by scrimmaging against each other. You have to play bona fide teams that are better than you, so you know where you suck and you make adjustments. That's all there is to it. So, does the MLS have what it takes to make it? Right now, I don't think they do. And I would this is not a challenge, this is an honest intrigue. I would like to know what the case is for the MLS as a league. I would love to hear that. I really would, because obviously I'm not seeing something. because I still feel quite strongly about this. So, that's all I have to say about that for now. I would really like to be involved in the MLS. But right now, whenever I pop a game on, I tried this. I tried watching Saturdays on ESPN2. I pop a game on, and it's the Red Bull versus, like the Galaxy or something. The Red Bull versus the Galaxy. And the way they play, it makes me feel like I could have played out of high school on those teams. That's how bad it is. I mean, they're just kicking the ball around. And they're on horrible fields, and the stadiums don't give any atmosphere of actually enjoying the game, and it's a whole bunch of people waving flags around, saying, "Isn't this great? We have no idea what's going on. There's at least one own goal per game." What is that? I mean, that's a bit of an exaggeration, okay? There's not at least one own goal a game, but it's far more regular in MLS than it is in the Premier League. Why would I want to see that? Why would I want to see that? The only goals that are being scored, I mean, at least you get a high-scoring game because the goalkeepers aren't very good. So at least you're getting 5-3 matches every day. But sometimes, at some point, you're just going to have to say, you know what? 4 of those goals shouldn't have been scored. And you end up with a, 2-2 tie, which at least is good. But even then, I'm sorry, I don't know. I should stop rambling now. But that's my opinion. That's my opinion on that. Okay, go to it, respond, and take a look at my Ireland t-shirt. See ya.